Lego fans, do you want to build your own Lego trains? Well, I have just the thing for you, as today I present how you can build your own Lego trains theme.
From impressive and beautiful designs to affordable ones. Let's start with simple crocodile with wagons. Wanna see a Lego Swiss green crocodile? Well, now you can, as this model is built with a lot of detail and care. First off is its impressive locomotive that features the iconic crocodile look. It also includes many wagons and even electrification. Well, this model includes almost 15,000 parts and would cost you approximately $4,652. So what is this? Well, this is Bricklink Studio. This is where you can design with Lego virtually and share your creations, just like this one. Additionally, you can even like and download the instructions from other people. But even better, Bricklink has a dynamic and interactive feature that allows you to get the prices for the cheapest stores even with shipping. However, you can also open the mod on Bricklink Designer, meaning you can edit it and maybe only include the locomotive to make it cheaper. Next up is the incredible Dutch class 1100 locomotive with Plan D train. With its cool colors and great size, this would fit great in any Lego city. As the designer said, the class 1100 locomotive built in the 50s and stayed in service up into the late 90s. I like what the designer did here with its impressive attention to detail as well. How much for almost 3,000 parts? Well, let's click that easy to find button and find out. $1,674. Keep in mind this is based on my geolocation, so if you live somewhere else the price may be different. Next up is an impressive but small model CE800 train. Merklin Red. Get ready, Lego train enthusiasts, for this awesome little model that combines the power of Lego with the power of trains. This model, though small, is impressive and super detailed. One problem is that it only has 2 building steps for some reason, and both showcase the thing built, so I don't know what's going on here. You'll need to download the Studios file to check it out. This 800-piece model would land you approximately $300 US. So not as expensive as the ones we have seen before, but still very expensive nevertheless. Next up is a throwback to a classic intercity passenger train. this might be familiar to some as it includes many references to the classic Lego Metroliner with the color scheme and attention to detail. This 3-car set includes doors and even a platform. Many Lego fans might praise this model for its responsive design and nice features. However, it also includes electrification, which means the price will go up, just like in real life. So how much for this 2,400 piece model? Well, I think you guys are not going to like this. $700. So I'd still recommend you check it out for yourself. Now the question remains, why should you build your own Lego trains theme? While it might be expensive, it is also a lot of fun, and it can showcase to Lego how there are people interested in this concept. Lego used to have a dedicated trains theme back in the day called My Own Train. It was cool and fantastic. Unfortunately, today we have no such thing, leaving Lego fans disappointed and wanting more. I think Lego might be missing out on an opportunity with trains, but that's just my opinion. Also, I don't want you guys to waste all of your money here. I just want you to showcase that it is possible and highlight some of the greatest designs made by fans like you and me. Also, you could try to build your own Lego trains theme with your own pieces. That's what I have been done for pretty much almost my life. For instance, I have this Wild West inspired coach and includes many brown pieces. Some of them I bought on Bricklink, like the windows. Others I got from Pick a Brick Wall, like the roof. However, doing this approach can leave to some pieces missing, and you can see that pretty much on the whole design of the coach. Now guys, this will also be a great time for you to click that subscribe button. So why should you build your own Lego trains theme? Well, because Lego isn't doing one themselves.
But what is Bricklink? Well, Bricklink is your one-stop shop for everything Lego. Minifigures, pieces, individual sets, and a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Bricklink works like an eBay, but for Lego. In fact, it was even bought by Lego a few years ago. So it seems as if Bricklink is the perfect place to buy Lego. And now with the power of these creations, you can create awesome Lego MOCs from other people's designs. But the problem with Bricklink is the price, because it can get super expensive. So keep your wallet safe.
Next up, if you are looking for a more contemporary train, then gear up for the DB Baureihe 425 electric motive unit. Get transported into Germany, where you'll be waiting for the next train, and it will probably be late. This impressive model captures the essence of the real-life train with the color scheme and the dynamic design. Overall, this would be a great display model or a train that runs around your city. However, it might be difficult to build for many, specifically with the wheel sets. This is also for display only on Bricklink, meaning you can't download anything, neither the instructions nor the Bricklink file. However, this model is impressive, it deserves a like, and I also thought you guys would like it. Next up, another display only model is the train station Stuthagen. This model is gigantic and would be a hard fit for many. However, what I like about this model is its impressive architecture and attention to detail, something you can only find in models made by expert designers. This is not available for download, as it would be super expensive. It comes with not one but 3 platforms, and there is also a super impressive amount of activities going on inside, from eating to sitting. This station would be fantastic. Next up is a smaller but impressive model, the FS Class 835060, and you can download this one, by the way. This little Italian tank engine is iconic and beautiful, but it's also super simple, so basically anyone can build it. Also, it has way less pieces than our previous model, with only 260 pieces. Also, it would cost $141, so keep in mind this was a lot because of shipping. Next up is Big Boy. Yes, the iconic American train is recreated here, with its super mega, hyper, giga size and its cool design. This set or model is sure to impress LEGO fans. I mean, just look at how many wheels this model has. This model has almost 2,000 pieces. So what do you guys think of this one? Would you guys build it? Shinkansen N700. This is a massive 3,000 piece model that would impress absolutely anyone. This is a LEGO replica designed by a fan. In fact, it was the first train he designed. It even includes interior. It includes the classic blue stripes and the shapes of the nose. As someone who has been on this train, I can confirm it looks fantastic. However, this is not ideas. So what is this? It is Rebrickable.com. It is like LEGO Ideas, except you have to buy it and build it yourself. The instructions for this model cost 10 euros, but that's just the beginning, as you have to buy the pieces yourself. So that would cost approximately $500. Yeah, for that kind of money you could get other LEGO sets. Now let's move over to Union Pacific 4014 Big Boy by System Trains. This is a gigantic 2,500 piece model. It recreates the iconic locomotive LEGO fans dreamed of having at home. So what does this set feature? Well, it has more wheels than you can count in your hands, the enormous tender and some details for the gears and gauges. It can handle any standard LEGO track. Now, let's get to the hard parts of this set. First, it costs 60 euros just to get the instructions, which might throw some people off. Secondly, this is a giant model. You can imagine what the price is gonna be on the parts. Almost $480. We're gonna talk about that later on. Next up, we have another fan favorite, the Flying Scotsman passenger train. This model includes many coaches, the locomotive and the tender. And yes, the coaches have interiors. This features the classic green color, the beautiful details of the locomotive. Imagine having this model chugging in your LEGO city. This model has more affordable instructions at 25 euros. But if you wanted to build this at home, it would cost you $800. Okay, so why are these fan sets so expensive? And how do I get the pieces? And what is a MOC? Well, fans, MOC stands for my own creation. It is a term used by AFOLS and TFOLS. And Rebrickable is a platform not owned by LEGO, where fans can upload their MOCs, like train MOCs. The platform also includes other sets you might have seen from YouTubers. LEGO fans make money with these MOCs, and so the only source of income for them is the instructions that That's why they are so expensive, to compensate the hard hours of work. The designers don't provide the pieces, you have to do that by yourself. And how do you do that? Well, with Bricklink, which is another website LEGO bought recently. You could also use your own pieces, but you probably don't have all the pieces you need. Bricklink, though owned by LEGO, has fan stores, which works like an eBay for LEGO. You can buy individual pieces, sets and minifigures. And even better, Rebrickable already does all the hard work, providing user-friendly features and API, and even a percentage of how many pieces each store has. And this is when things get super expensive. You see, this store doesn't have all the pieces we need. You can check what pieces are not available, but this will only make you more sad. So you're going to have to order again, which can get more expensive, maybe even 2 times the price, because some of these parts are rare. When you're ordering from Bricklink, things can get super expensive because you have to factor in the price of shipping, especially international shipping. For instance, as a Brazilian, to import pieces I would have to pay very expensive taxes, and so I only buy pieces within my country, which, while okay, most sellers don't have everything I need. Meanwhile, some stores have a minimum price limit. You have to buy a certain amount to be able to order everything. Now, I mean, some of these sets have 2,000 pieces. The thing about Rebrickable and Bricklink is that you need to think a lot. It's a lot of time you spend. There are ways you can save money, like using different pieces or building half of the model, but some might think that's too extreme and alter the design too much. Now let's go over our next model, the BR-23 passenger train. Yes, this is a German train, so you can imagine it's going to be really good. This model features 4 coaches. Each wagon has a detailed interior, a design and a locomotive and a tender. It even has an option for motorization. The train has a total length of 2.3 meters and is massive. So okay, how much does this one cost? 25 euros for the instructions and 1,222.92 dollars for the pieces. Yes, I need to take a breath from this. Oof. Another great MOC by the same designer is DB Baureihe V200 18 watts. The V200 series is probably the best known locomotive of the Deutsches Bundesbahn, and LEGO hasn't done a version of this model, so this is a first time for fans. Also, this is a smaller model and the instructions only cost $12. Euros. Next up is Deutsches Bahn BR-141 electric locomotive class, another German train. This is a very simple model that features the pantograph and the beautiful blue colors. This 10 euro instruction MOC might just be the thing for you. Now let's go over the piece cost, $188. Yeah, not that bad. Now there are other ways to create LEGO trains inside Rebrickable, like modifications. Let's get started with 60337 Metro Line. This is a modification of the LEGO City passenger train. It is a color swap of the official train to give it a delicious color scheme. It is not a one-to-one conversion, as it requires some modifications and some pieces that are not available in the colors. The good thing is that this modification features 65% shared pieces, meaning you only need to buy 33% of it. And most of the pieces are very common and easy to get. You probably have some of them in your collection. Next up is the Sleek Express 8 studs wide. Based on the LEGO City set that we just talked about, this model is super impressive. I mean, look at it. From the sleek design to the shapes of the train, this is sure to impress. The problem is that this set shares only 11% of the original City set, meaning it will get really expensive. Another great thing about Rebrickable is alternate builds. Some of these just need pre-existing sets that you modify, and so I presented the Crocodile Locomotive alternative build. Do you want something different in your LEGO City? Then I have the set for you. This designer made the impossible. He converted the LEGO Crocodile Locomotive into a steam train to realize all of your steam dreams. The design features many clever piece usage and also many gauges. It gives that steampunk vibe. Alternative builds are one of my favorite things about LEGO. Back in the day, they used to have this in some sets, and now we have the Creator 3-in-1 line. The question is, would you turn your Crocodile into this? Now guys, if you'd like to go beyond the world of LEGO trains, I recommend joining our channel and becoming a full-time member. As a member, you get access to exclusive videos. Don't miss out on the chance to go behind the scenes. So click that join button right now. Next up is a modern train, the MOC class 700 The Sairo Electric Motive Unit Train. This is a recreation of that iconic British train. This model captures the essence of the real train and so would fit great in any LEGO city for that matter. The Orient Express is a massive LEGO set, perfect for LEGO train enthusiasts. But what if it was bigger? Well, this LEGO fan designer did just that, an even bigger Orient Express. I know many LEGO fans were disappointed by the small locomotive found on the current set. Well, this designer upgraded it, creating a massive locomotive that will impress any LEGO train fan. This is the Per Maquette 1225 steam engine train, a classic transformed into LEGO form with the same colors found in the original LEGO set. I mean, just look at the tender, it's almost the same size as the original locomotive. But this model is more than just a locomotive, as the designer added 2 extra cars to blow your mind away. Restaurant car, dining car and a piano lounge theme and baggage car. This model is just fantastic. But how do you actually build this? Well, first off you need 2 of the Orient Express sets, which is a lot of money already. But you also need some additional 900 pieces, and that will probably be a lot of money. But what is this website? Welcome to Rebrickable.com, a website where fans can upload their creations and sell the instructions for profit. You can find many fantastical builds here, like alternative builds, which use some pieces from the actual LEGO sets. Rebrickable also has this cool feature allowing you to estimate how much it would cost to buy the pieces on Bricklink, which is another website LEGO actually bought. Also, the instructions cost $15, which seems small compared to the price of 2 Orient Express sets. The designer did a fantastic job, however the price of such endeavor is something that is up to you. After all, that's a lot of money, and for some, keeping the set as is can be a good option and is the better alternative. Next up, we have a motorization option of this set. First off, the instructions are free, so the only thing you'll be paying for is the actual set and the motorization, the motors. Overall, this is a nice alternative that make your Orient Express more fun. Just keep in mind LEGO doesn't officially support motorization, but this is a cool idea nevertheless. Speaking of that, I'm still disappointed I bought a LEGO Orient Express that has the wrong stickers, and I'm still waiting for LEGO to send the correct ones. Next up, it's time to go back in time with Back to the Future Jules Verne Time Train. Get ready as one of the most iconic pieces of pop culture becomes a reality, I mean LEGO reality. This brick build model recreates the steampunk weird flying time machine vehicle from the classic movie. This iconic locomotive has the ability to travel across time. The place where Doc sits is also cool, featuring a bunch of things I can't tell what they are though. The instructions are affordable $6, and with them you get some graphics that look like stickers. How nice. Next up, we have a remake of a set that never happened, the Snake Train. LEGO Ninjago fans might recall this never made set, but what if it happened? Well, now you can find out with this set. I was never a fan of the original idea of a snake train by LEGO, like what is the point of that? It's a train, but as a snake train. But the designer did a good job with this idea. We have the iconic snake head, for instance, but the designer also did some modifications, specifically with the wagons that are not wagons because it's a snake, so I guess it's his stomach. Next up is the Amtrak Southwestern Chief Train Pack, 4 studs wide. Get ready to wait 3 hours for your train with this iconic Amtrak classic. Travel across America with the outstanding P42 DCGE locomotive, featuring the iconic shapes. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with that iconic diesel smell. We also have a Viewliner baggage coach where you lose your luggage. We also have some iconic carriages and the beautiful panoramic windows. And I heard Amtrak's food is not that bad, so maybe I'll survive a few days. So the designer did a fantastic job with this one. The instructions just cost $17 and it's almost $200 for the whole set. So keep in mind the shipping and a bunch of boring stuff does affect the price. Now, How about we talk about something mega impressive, the mock suspended train. Yes, this designer did the impossible. He built a suspended Lego monorail, and now this could be yours for approximately $200, and the designer was nice enough to make the instructions free. The model features 4 coaches and a powered car. This model can look great in any LEGO city and makes great use of the roller coaster pieces. It's designs like this that showcase the power of LEGO fans designers at creating fantastic builds for all LEGO Trains fans to enjoy. Next up is the small but beautiful mock Sierra Railway number 3 Locomotive. This classic locomotive is now recreated with incredible attention to detail. I mean, look at how the designer went above and beyond to create a smooth boiler. The building might seem simple, but it's very impressive. This $11 instruction locomotive would look great in any LEGO city or an office, for instance. Next up is the incredible mock Old Tram. Now your LEGO city needs a tram. Ever since LEGO introduced the new road systems, you can now build dedicated tramways onto them, and this model is perfect for that. While small, this is actually a good thing since it will be cheaper. Based on the iconic Lisboa metro, this model can make your LEGO city better. Next up is another classic railroad model mock, Union Pacific General Electric 8500 GTEL. Yes, this model is gigantic, so much so I'm scared to even look up the price. After all, LEGO can be quite expensive. But I do believe the designer did a great job with the overall aesthetic, the colors, the shapes, and the details. Look how great it looks. Recreating a classic Union Pacific yellow trains, this model is sure to impress. Next up we have another cool idea, the turntable. Drehscheibe, however you read that. Wanna level up your LEGO city with a classic railroad equipment? Well, then this massive model is the thing for you. Covering 4 base plates, this model is outstanding with its realism. It's very simple, it's a turntable. There's not much to it per se, other than it's a great model and accomplishes what it set out to do. Today we are building the best LEGO train layouts ever, from small models that can fit anywhere to a massive LEGO city. Here's everything you need to make the most realistic LEGO train layouts while exploring a modular LEGO city with a huge collection of trains. Let's get started with a very small LEGO train display. Most LEGO fans don't have the space they want. In fact, they have such a small shelf that it can't fit a LEGO train model. Well, it actually can. First, you will need this LEGO Creator train. You can see it's smaller than a standard LEGO train set. That's because it's nicknamed narrow gauge, aka it's smaller. Then we will need these pieces to create custom tracks. This can get expensive, but LEGO is not cheap. Then we will need a station with level boarding and beautiful architecture. In fact, it's so small, the humans are these tiny things. Now, this is the perfect model for a small shelf, maybe a coffee table display, or even in the bathroom. Now I might have gone too far. Okay, but what if you want an actual LEGO train? By that I mean LEGO train sets. This is the LEGO Hogwarts Express, not the super expensive model, the not so expensive one. This model comes with a train and a station, so it can fit onto a medium-sized shelf. However, if you want this train to run like a normal train, you'll need more. You see, the main problem comes with the LEGO track curves. They need space to curve. This is where track planning comes into play. Why is it so important to do so? Well, if you don't plan, well, you might not have all the track you need. After all, usually most sets have more curves than straight pieces, leaving us with an excess of curves and a shortage of tracks we actually need. Furthermore, if we build curves too tight, the train might derail, or if we do some weird shapes, the train might also derail. Now, some of you might be on the brink of desperation. You might be thinking, if I don't get this train designed perfectly, the world will end and my cat will become a professional skateboarder. Or perhaps you are contemplating, without the perfect LEGO train model, my house will implode and aliens will descend to question my fashion choices. However, I have the solution, Blue Brick version 1.9.1, where you could edit the layout of your city. or use Bricklink Studio. However, Bricklink Studio can be a bit tough on beginners. It's like using a Ferrari to drive to the convenience store. Yes, it is a good car and very powerful, however it might just be too powerful for what you're doing. But what is the smallest layout we can get with these curves? Well, basically 77 by 77 centimeters, if we leave some extra space. If you look at the LEGO track portfolio, you'll find there are a lot of pieces, or at least there used to be. Straight, curves, switches, flexi track that nobody uses, crossover that doesn't exist anymore and will cost a fortune, and the crossover switch, which is also mega expensive. However, there are cheap alternatives that are not LEGO, but they do work quite well with the LEGO system. They even have larger curves for huge models. Let's build a relatively small LEGO railroad model utilizing the pieces we have. And we cannot forget the most important part, well, the train. LEGO currently doesn't have a dedicated trains theme, at least anymore. So some LEGO train enthusiasts will be disappointed when they found out their favorite retired set cost a fortune. This is because there are many train enthusiasts out there and not many LEGO train sets available currently. So LEGO should someday create a dedicated trains theme, right? Well, that is the thesis of my whole channel basically. However, there are some options currently available. A more cooler option is building a train yourself. This is possible and it's called a MOC. You can build and design whatever train you want, from cool locomotives to detailed coaches. However, if you are not the creative type, don't worry, as there are many talented designers out there that do not only want to share their creations, they also want you to build them. You can find such fan designs in websites like Bricklink, where you can download the studios file for free and then buy the pieces, all on the same site. And there is also Rebrickable, where you find incredible models. However, at Rebrickable, such instructions do cost money, but when the designer built such beautiful models, can you really complain? I did a video on this subject. If you want to find out more, I do recommend it. Soon you'll find you have more trains than track, don't worry. We can also add some city buildings, some cheap buildings that will add an extra flavor to your model. We can also add a train station, so our little model is looking great. However, what if we built a massive LEGO modular city train display? This is my LEGO city. It has a bunch of modular buildings, almost all in fact, and many LEGO trains. Let's start at the beach, where we have a nice landscape with the buildings in the background. Behind them sits my railway yard that is used for storage. Then we have the castle district, which is still under development, but houses this castle on a mountain. Then we have downtown. With so many modulars, you can spend a full day looking at the small details. Utilizing the new base plates, I implemented a tramway system in my city and 2 custom trams, showcasing different eras of tramway. This empty lot in the middle will be the future home to a church MOC. Then we have Ninjago City, the technological hub of our city, that has a little cable car. Then we have a theme park, Legoland, with a roller coaster. So you can see the secret to a fantastic LEGO railway model is having different forms of transportation. However, what if you want to build a layout like this? This is also fun and dandy, but you also need, well, somewhere to put your layout. Then we'll need the sets. LEGO has these modular buildings, meaning you can create basically a city using these massive LEGO models. The best part of these sets are the details and the architecture. Since these models are so detailed and good looking, they will cost you something. Additionally, you need roads, because where we are going we do actually need roads, because we don't have flying cars yet. However, you have 3 options: the old base plates, the new base plates and mills, which are a system that is quite part intensive and allows for custom roads. Then we need more buildings, because if we just have modulars, well, every LEGO city is going to look the same. There are some ways to improve this by adding unique sets or MOCs. Additionally, there are Bricklink designer program sets that are technically LEGO sets, however they sell out quickly. Why? Because they are resold on eBay for an exorbitant amount of money that will make you wanna cry. But these are an option for the ultra rich. Okay, so we have the train, the modulars and the auxiliary buildings, but something is missing. Of course, the tables. Unless you want bugs and cats in your LEGO city. Now thinking, that would be quite cute and quite disruptive. My LEGO city is built on custom tables. which are not the best, but there are many options. If you live in a country dominated by IKEA, not only can you enjoy delicious meatballs, but also furniture. They have a bunch of tables. Most LEGO fans use this, that I can't pronounce. You can also plan ahead using your LEGO planning software to know every detail. However, don't forget to add holes in the middle so you can pop up in the middle of your design and access every piece. Though there are some standards, I recommend extending your arms out and measuring them, then double that size. Then comes the base plates, where you can attach the track and other stuff. Some LEGO fans with a lot of money do custom ballasting, aka those rocks that go below the track, creating a realistic and expensive model. But how do you get LEGO pieces for cheap? Well, there is a super powerful way that might seem ordinary. LEGO Pick a Brick Wall. Picture this, you walk into the store, your eyes widen as you behold the majestic Pick a Brick Wall. You grab a cup or now a cardboard box and approach the wall. Then you grab one piece, and another one, and another one, and another one. Finally, your cup is filled to the brim. 2-10-10-2 Locomotive. This massive model is based on the 1911 mallet from back in the day. You get this fantastic locomotive with many wheels and pistons. We also have a nice space for an engineer here. There's also a unique tender that is also massive by itself. However, a locomotive is not complete without a passenger coach. So let's have special coach. This small but simple model is quite detailed. This model features a beautiful retro design that will transport you back in time. This model is great. First off, the doors can open up, so it's already better than some real LEGO sets. This model captures the essence of those old passenger cars from back in the day. But did you know you can actually build this model at your own home? The problem: this model would cost you approximately $553. Welcome to Bricklink, your one-stop shop for LEGO pieces. Bricklink is like an eBay for LEGO pieces. Not every fan knows that Bricklink is more than that. One of the coolest aspects of Bricklink is the MOC section. Here, talented builders upload their original designs, and you can download the studio's files or the instructions to recreate these masterpieces. Studio is a powerful software by Bricklink that lets you build virtually, design custom models and generate instructions for your own creations. It can get expensive, specifically when a single seller doesn't have all the pieces you need. Thankfully, Bricklink has this easy buy button. Just click this button and see how much it would cost. Next up we have BR Class 40. Let's travel to Great Britain and see these classic diesel locomotives. These trains are famous in the United Kingdom with their elegant design. These are the British Railway Type 4 Class 40 Whistler diesel-electric locomotives. They are called that because of the unique sound that they would make, thus Whistler. The designer was generous enough to include 3 locomotives options full of character. We have a blue option with yellow accent colors, giving that iconic look to this locomotive. Then we have 2 dark green locomotives with small changes between the 2. Our next model is a blast from the past, red locomotive Maersk style. This is a nostalgic trip back in time. Do you guys miss the old LEGO Maersk set from back in the day? Now this model is a perfect substitute for that, with a nice red color scheme that might stand out in your LEGO city. Additionally, this model is filled with a lot of detail and small pieces, creating a nice model overhaul. Additionally, since this model doesn't contain some of the pieces from the original LEGO sets, specifically those blue colored pieces, it becomes cheaper to build this red version instead of the original. But let's see how much it would cost. Why? Well, because I set my location to the United States. However, it seems as if there isn't a dedicated Bricklink seller that has all the pieces we need, so it requires us to import from Germany and Australia, and you guys know how expensive shipping fees can be. However, why do all of this? While LEGO doesn't have a dedicated trains theme, at least anymore, you have the power to bring your railway dreams to life with Bricklink MOCs or your own custom vision. Here's why you should jump on board. Bricklink is a treasure trove of MOCs, where talented builders share their amazing train set designs. You can download such studios files and follow detailed instructions to recreate these masterpieces. Plus, it's a great way to get inspired and learn new building techniques. When you build your own LEGO train set, you get to decide every detail. Want a vintage steam locomotive? Or how about a sleek, high-speed train? The choice is yours. Customizing your train set means it's perfectly tailored to your vision and preferences. While it can be more expensive if you need to source pieces from multiple sellers, building your own train set can also be cost-effective and incredibly rewarding. By carefully planning and using parts you already have, you can create something unique without breaking the bank. Plus, the end result is one of a kind. With no dedicated train's theme, the possibilities are endless, since you are not confined to pre-made sets, so you can build sprawling rail networks, intricate switchyards, and detailed coaches. Every piece you add is a step towards creating a wonderful little LEGO train model that's truly yours. Ready to start your journey? Check out this model, 460 Victorian Voyager, based on the LNER BR B1 B17 460 locomotive that, yes, looks similar to the Hogwarts Express, and it does look quite similar to Flying Scotsman. This well-designed model features red and black color schemes, with a nicely colored boiler and a large tender. You can see the designer putting a lot of effort with this model. Just look at the amount of detail in this set. So overall, this is an outstanding little model, but is it going to break your wallet? Well, it would cost approximately $165, and you would have to order pieces from Slovenia. Now let's travel to Ukraine for Old Depot. According to the designer quote, it was based on the building of the electric station of the Lukinin City Railway located in Kyiv, end quote. You can see this model is outstanding, with nice brickwork utilizing the masonry bricks. This creates a nice industrial look, but how much would it cost is the question we all want to know. Well, I have some bad news, LEGO fans. Want to guess how much this cost? Maybe $300? $500? $700? $992. Now that's a lot. In fact, I think I would need to take out a loan to afford that. But at the end of the day, this is what happens when you have such a beautifully detailed model with a lot of pieces. Next up, we have a miniature version of a LEGO set, that being LEGO Bricklink set Mini Logging Railway. We took a look at the logging railway in a previous episode. However, this fan designer created a miniature version of the set. This one is the most beautiful train model so far. Why? Because it's small but fantastic. It includes a nice locomotive and even a caboose, so you can see the designer was able to stuff a bunch of details from that set. Take a look at the structure. It's nice, however even the designer admits that the bridge needed a bit more detailing. That is because he was limited to using only 300 pieces. However, this model proves size does not matter. Next up we have Rail Diesel Car. This model is based on the iconic Bud Rail Diesel Car, built during the 1950s. It is intended primarily for static display, as a motor solution has not yet been worked out. So how much would it cost? Well, $69. However, we need to ship from Italy and Sweden, which ends up at the end of the day. But overall, this is an outstanding model. Now that you have seen the potential of creating custom LEGO train sets, it's time to unleash your creativity. Start building! Let your imaginations run wild and craft the train of your dreams. How to build your own LEGO trains. Today I'll showcase how you can build your own LEGO trains. Everything from the design to the final build. Gear up, LEGO Trains fans. Because if LEGO is not making a dedicated trains theme, how about you make it yourself? LEGO has released many trains over the years, from the 80s to trains you can get today. For instance, there is the new LEGO Hogwarts Express. This is a nice train if you just wanted to get a LEGO train. It comes with a station and a steamy train with 2 wagons. The wagons do look a bit small. If you wanted to, you could combine them into one. However, I like them as is. We also have 2 LEGO City trains, the cargo train and the passenger train. The passenger train only features half a train, so you maybe need to buy 2, like I did. Now, the cargo train is where we get some good stuff. First, we get an electric locomotive. More on that in a bit. There's also a lot of filler, like the cars that you probably don't care about. So let's go back to that electric engine. The good thing about it is that it already works. You don't need to build a new one, and you can create more than just a cargo train. How about an European style passenger train? We just need to design the coaches. LEGO has made many train pieces, which allow us to build trains. First, we have this familiar LEGO train base. It has 3 holes on each side to allow you to attach this piece that features a wheel chassis. There are additionally 2 holes that allow power functions to fit in. Older versions of this piece have smaller holes though. This piece is great because it has a very strong and stable base, allowing you to have a great build forward. But what if I want a wider train? After all, this plate can only fit 6 studs wide. Well, you can do what LEGO did with the Disney train. It is 8 studs wide by expanding beyond the limits of the plate. Now, let's go over LEGO train magnets. The current version of LEGO train magnets look like so. Very satisfying, I know. There's also a version that has a buffer if you are building some kind of locomotive. However, they used to have a different version back in the day with these separate magnets. But going back to the modern version, how do you attach this? Well, they usually go on this piece, the shelving, whatever you call this. There are 2 versions, and which one you use is a source of argument for many LEGO train fans. The older version featured an axle piece and then the wheel, and then you would connect them together. However, the new version features separate wheels that attach like so. Which version you should use is up to you. However, if you have an opinion on this, be sure to let us know in the comments below. Creating realistic LEGO train models is not as easy as it might seem. It's like trying to ride a bike for the first time or trying to make Korean honey chicken. Let's ignore that. Designing with LEGO is like cooking. The more you do it, the better you are going to get at it. At first, you might make some mistakes like cutting yourself, putting the building on fire, or worse, cutting the onions too big. But after much work, the final product can taste fantastic. Okay, but how do I design with LEGO? There is a website that allows you to design with LEGO, and you wanna know the best part? It is free. Mecha not sponsored, and some people already designed the trains. I personally find this interface to be quite a bit challenging, and so I still would like to build in real life, but for some, Mecha can be the perfect place to combine the power of the computer with the power of LEGO. One thing most people forget when designing a LEGO train model and LEGO models in general is stability. This mistake has been costing people a bunch of time and even some pieces. Imagine an engineer built a building only for it to collapse instantly, and yet many LEGO fans still make this mistake. The problem is that some pieces can't sustain their own weight in some circumstances. This is why you might need some extra support below everything, and just like cooking, some late game mistakes can cost you a lot more, meaning spending a bit more time preparing everything can result in a great job. Okay, so we have the pieces, we have design guidelines, so let's build some trains. First off, how about a Wild West train wagon? This features the classic brown color, making it really seem as if it is made of wood. Additionally, there is a cafe inside here, which is where the fights can happen, and there is even a kitchen. Additionally, there is this roof that took some time to build. Now, next up, how about an America bi-level coach, similar to what you do find in a commuter rail service. This features many colors and a detailed interior. It can fit well with the electric locomotive I showcased in the beginning of the video. Okay, so this is great. I also built an Amtrak locomotive that features the classic colors, but there are some pieces missing. That is because money. LEGO costs money, and getting the pieces can get super expensive. That is why most of my MOCs are incomplete. just like some artists, except I'm not an artist. Next up, we have this small Lego German-inspired locomotive. I took inspiration from a real-life set that existed back in the day. Building and design a Lego train set on your own can be hard. There are many challenges. I say building a Lego train is like art. It takes time and a lot of effort, but after all the hard work, the final design can look great. This British-style locomotive simply looks great, with an amazing dark blue color scheme and an extra layer of detailing. This locomotive features that classic British style. The coaches also look great with a lot of detailing, so this is an outstanding model that just looks great. Our next model is small, but it's an instant classic. Get ready for the awesome micro-scale central train station display 16 by 32. Yes, this model gives you your own little train station. You get basically everything you could want from a massive train station, from a micro-scale clock to a massive passenger terminal. And the best part, this micro-scale Lego trains model. Now this is great. First, let's take a look at these incredible miniature trains. The first one is a blue train that looks like an intercity regional express. The designer describes it as a regional train, a flex. The red one is a Deutsches Bahn regional express. Then we have an ICE 3 and a Shinkansen E5. So this model provides a lot of opportunities for role playing. Let's get back to the station. It features a massive miniature clock tower and a majestic entrance with many arches. This creates a sense of wonder to the model. The hall in itself is also massive, allowing for many trains to stop and go. There's also a last-minute taxi place, which means there is a massive taxi line somewhere here. Okay, but this is not Lego idea, so what is this? Well, this is Bricklink, a site that sells Lego pieces, and in fact, Bricklink is so popular Lego bought the site some years ago. Other than spending money on pieces, fans can upload their MOCs or Lego creations. And even better, Lego fans can download the studio file and actually build this model. However, it's not cheap. For instance, this train station would cost me approximately $300. Now, this is based on your geolocation, so prices can vary, and shipping plays a big part on this, so I recommend checking out for yourself. Our next model is Bart. No, not the Simpsons character, it's the train set Fleet of the Future. Get transported to San Francisco in California with this outstanding model. Bart has been part of the life of many Bay Area people, whatever you call them, for generations, and now it could be part of your Lego City. Many fans will appreciate how accurate this model looks, captures the overall shape of the train and its scale really well. This creates an interesting model, where the Lego project looks like a real model train. However, Simpsons fans might be disappointed this has nothing to do with Bart Simpson. If you want to check out the estimated price, it's super easy, it's barely an inconvenience. Just click this button here, and this model would cost me approximately $500. Sticking with American railroading models, we have Amtrak California with SC44 engine. Get ready to experience some delays with this one as we travel on Amtrak. This model includes the newer Siemens Charger locomotive, spawning a nice blue color scheme with gray. These coaches are classic American type deal, double-decker and stuff like that. The designer did a great job recreating this train with Lego, especially the coaches. This is a great model if you are nostalgic for this railroad. Speaking of nostalgia, we have Amtron Space Train. Get transported to the future with this great model. Why? Because it's a creative take on a classic Lego theme, combining a suspended monorail with classic space. Amtron is very nostalgic to many Lego train fans, so imagine having this model in your space collection. Amtron was one of the best Lego space themes of all time. The designer had to create his own track system, since Lego doesn't make monorails like they used to. In fact, I made a video explaining why Lego needs to bring back classic monorail. Check it out if you are interested. The model includes a small driver car with a beautiful transparent piece that will likely be very expensive. There's also some kind of systems car and a passenger car, so you can see this is a fantastic model. Now, our next model is a train you guys probably want in your Lego City. The Hum TGV Duplex complete. This iconic French train looks great in LEGO form, spawning the blue livery, not the ugly Inuit livery. Thankfully, this model features a huge train. The model includes a Jacob's buggies between the trains. The locomotives in itself is very interesting and looks really nice. Now, a model like this needs a massive station. So how about our next model? Modular Central Station with arched roof, new, real photos. Yes, this model includes real photos, guys. But seriously, this station is gigantic. No, not the Disney movie that got cancelled. It takes inspiration from Gare de Lyon, London's King Cross, and Frankfurt's main station, featuring classical tan color scheme. The green color complements the station, giving a classic feel to this model. The station also has many spaces to park trains, or whatever you do with trains. The kit features a gigantic terminal with many glass windows. The upper part of this two-layer station features a nice brick building and also looks great. This station can be configured like this if you have a nice landscape in your LEGO city, or in a more standard form like the designer did in real life. Overall, this is a great model for LEGO fans, offering a nice twist with the landscaping. But why build this fantastic LEGO train model in the first place? Well, as you may know, LEGO doesn't have a dedicated trains theme, at least anymore. So why wait for LEGO to do one when you could build one yourself? So taking a look at these incredible models would be incredible, right? Speaking of incredible models, we have GNR Stirling. This classic British locomotive will give your city a sense of charm. The model features this beautiful locomotive and a nice tender. The model also gives us two wagons. These are classic British passenger coaches, a personal favorite. Next, we have an incredible model, American narrow gauge locomotive with display. If you take a look at this model, you'll see the tracks are smaller. This means the train is narrow gauge, but the model in itself features a beautiful locomotive that just looks fantastic. It includes an open box car where you can store anything you want except gold, because it will probably get stolen. After all, this is the United States in the 1890s, so there were bandits everywhere. But LEGO trains enthusiasts will be happy to see a caboose. The caboose is great. So overall, this is a great model with a fun twist as it's narrow gauge. The model is also filled with a bunch of detailing, from the small pieces to the clever building techniques. So my friends, we have taken a look at how to build your own trains theme. We have seen that this is not cheap. However, with many incredible models, you might want to check some of them out. After all, it's super easy, just click that easy buy button and see if it's worth it for you. But if you want to see more LEGO trains, well, check out either of these videos on the screen right now. See you there!